We are here with Toronto's own T-Dot, Keshia Chante. How are you?
I'm good.
Keshia.
I'm good.
What's
I'm
going
excited.
on?
Look at how beautiful you are, though.
Thank you.
You didn't look
bro.
that good when I seen you in sweats and a tracksuit at BET.
Really? You trying to hate?
I'm not hating. I just didn't know
coming
you
for
cleaned
me.
up so well.
Oh my God. No, I like to keep it. I like to keep it simple.
You are the new host on 106 & Park.
Yes.
And your intro, well, I think your intro was like Drake was on there, who's like an ex-boyfriend, and he kind of introed you to the world.
Yep.
And how do you feel about being introed by Drake? Like forever, you're going to be known as Drake's girlfriend now.
I've known Drake since I was a kid.
Kid, 10, 11, 15?
Okay, maybe teenager. I was like 13.
You guys went to school together?
No, he was. I was doing music. I had my first album out when I was around that age in Canada, just in Canada, and he was in Degrassi, and we kind of ran into each other. And I was new. Like I grew up in Ottawa, which is a really small town, and then I moved to Toronto for my music career. And Drake was one of the first people I got to meet that was kind of in the same industry as me, and he was just a really good person. And what's funny about him is he's like, no, he's just a really he's actually
hey, yo,
a
light
really
skin,
nice.
you ain't slick, my nigga. I knew what you was looking
Let
at.
her finish her story.
Sorry.
He was a really nice person, and you know what? His friends, my friends, we were all like the come up kids. We just wanted to have the American dream and do well. But in terms of being like his ex-girlfriend, I mean, you can't. It's a weird thing for me, just because. I mean, yeah, we did. Like, we went to the movies and stuff like that. But we
never had sex.
No, we were never romantic at all.
He never put his tongue in your mouth.
Never, and that's what's so crazy.
You guys never even kissed ever?
I think we kissed when we were like 14, 15.
Sang you. Did he ever sing you a love song?
Like maybe at a movie, but
did
we were
he sing
kids.
one of them sappy love songs to you?
Or any of the songs that he's ever written about you?
He said things in records before, but you know what? I think what's funny is my whole thing is to know Aubrey is to love Aubrey, to hate him, and then love him again. That's the type of relationship we have. It's very much like a love-hate relationship, but we're cool. Like there's a respect there and there's a friendship there. Being an ex-girlfriend, I totally will not take that title. Absolutely not, because we were never romantic. And I was like 15 years old. I didn't even know really what boys were until I was 20. I was like the latest person in the game. So
Do we believe her, Laura Styles?
it's the truth. I swear to God.
I mean, if she says it, why would she lie?
No, I mean,
Why would she lie?
Yeah, why would she lie?
I
I
could
would
come
be
up with
proud to
100
say yes.
reasons
You
why
know
she
what?
lied.
I had a great relationship with Drake. We
Keshia,
dated,
you
and it
just
was
sit there
amazing.
quiet. We're gonna talk shit about you in front
Okay,
of you.
y'all
Just
just
be
do
quiet.
you.
I would
just
be
gonna
like, you know
say-
what? Yes, me and Drake dated. It was wonderful. It was what it was. I had a great time. He's awesome. Why would I lie about a relationship?
And I mean, you guys saw the segment. We're cool. There's no weird. There's no shade. There's no bad feelings.
Yeah, that was- yeah,
I mean,
you could
people who
tell.
date usually don't come out cool like that. I'm just saying.
I'm cool with all my exes.
I mean,
I'm cool with a lot of my exes too.
I guess.
I am. I mean,
Okay,
we're cool.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they saw me say what's up, it's cool, it's clean.
Did you guys
That's
plan
grown.
that? Or just he happened to be the guest that day? You're like, oh, it's my first day.
No, I was already doing co-hosting from before that. Like me and Angela were kind of just taking turns during that month, I remember. And we were about to announce it, and they told Drake, and it was kind of like, well, we're both from Toronto, like give him the honors, so to speak. I'm the first Canadian person to do anything on BET, so I think that was a really cool, and he co-signed it. He was excited like that. We had a moment where like we did it, like we're actually here. Like when we were sitting on the stage, he was like, this is the wildest shit.
Like we was trying to come up together.
Yeah,
That's
like
pretty cool.
because he remembers when I was like, oh, the American dream, like I really want to do that. I really want to do my music. I really want to be a performer. I want to do all these things. And I remember when he was like, I want to be a rapper, but no one's gonna take it seriously. Or I wish I could sing. Like I remember when he was like, I wish I could sing.
But he sings all the time. What
And
do you
he's
mean?
great at it. But there was a time where it was like we were wishing to do things and we would talk about it, and then that was like our moment where it was like, oh shit.
Have you ever told him he's being too sensitive?
We have a love and hate relationship.
So you've actually told Drake, yo man, you're being too sensitive.
Yeah, when we were kids, I used to be slick out the side of my neck. Like I used to say,
Why, he used to annoy you? He was one of the ones that used to be like, oh my God, this one again.
no, sometimes he'd be feeling himself a little too much. He'd be like, no, stop. Or
So you would check him?
Yeah, I would check him, and he would check me. Don't get it twisted. He'd be like, "You're so fickle," and like he'd get at me. Or we remember when we were in LA, and I wanted to call my own driver to pick me up, and he's like, God, get in a taxi. Like you're so. We check each other all the time. So
That's
it's
pretty
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
So you've never dated Drake.
No.
You've told him that he's being too sensitive. You guys have argued. Do you think at this point? Well, let me ask you. Do you wish you dated him? Would you date him now?
I don't wish I dated him because it's more than that. He's a good person. It's not.
You're lying.
No,
anytime
I don't.
the girl hits you with he's a good person.
No, because it's not like that. I don't know how to explain it.
You let Drake put his hands on you now.
No, I don't think so.
She stuttered.
I mean, a lot of the best
weird.
relationships start from having great friendships.
No, Ebro, no, because it's just not. It's not even.
You're just not attracted to him.
Not even. I can't even. I don't know how to explain it. He's just a cool dude. I don't. I'm just a.
You don't see him in that way.
I see him as Aubrey. I see him as a good person.
Damn.
It's not even like that. I'm just not the. You know what it is? I think I'm not. I'm very like tunnel vision. You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of person that I wouldn't even. There could be a guy in my life that's been my best friend for 10 years and he maybe always liked me kind of thing and I would never notice. Like I'm just that type of person. I just don't.
Has he always liked you?
I don't know. He's just. I don't know.
Don't get frustrated now.
Ebro, you're stressing me out.
Don't get frustrated now because that's when you fuck up.
What? I'm not gonna, Ebro. I will check your ass.
I'm not.
Right
I'm fine.
now.
I've been checked by the best of them. I hope you do. My point is though, is Drake your type?
He's a nice person. Yeah, I think so. He's.
So you would say he's your type?
Yeah, he's like. I mean, in a way, yeah, he's my type. I guess. Like he's smart.
Okay.
He's well balanced. He's talented, and he's a good person at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, he's a good person. Why wouldn't I mean? But I'm just not in that mind frame.
I'm told behind the scenes that you were always a part of the kind of relaunch after Roxy and Terrence went away, but there was like a complication with you being Canadian and working and.
Yeah. So basically, I've known the BET family for years. Stephen Hill, the president, he basically put one of my music videos when I was 15, Bad Boy, into rotation. And I was rated next and I had the new joint of the day. Like I remember that whole thing. And he's always been like a mentor and someone that really believed in me. And we've always kept in contact and, him and my mom, and we're all very cool. So, I remember one time I got a call to co-host with Terrence J because Roxy wasn't there. And I think I was on vacation or something, and I was like, oh my God, okay, this is exciting. What's crazy for me, and even what's crazy, just off track, but being from where I'm from and being that I'm biracial, being that I'm black in a place that, didn't have that many people that looked like me, 106 in Park was the only show that I could turn on and
see you.
And exactly, and I would feel like, wow. And what's crazy is Hot 97 was the only other thing that I actually could listen to online. I remember it was like Angie, it was Flex. I remember listening to it and being like, okay, this is the culture. Like I feel like I'm a part of something. Because where I was from, I didn't feel that. So I remember when I got that call, it was and even actually just even being here is a big deal. Like you guys don't even know. But getting that call to do 106 in Park, I was really excited about it. I did an episode, really liked it. To my surprise, I've always been just music. And that was like the first moment that I was like, this is fun. I like this. I like being a TV personality, so to speak. I like it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of creative things to it. And then I got a second call to do it again. And that's when I started to hear that there was a search going on. But I had no idea. And then I was kind of put into the search. And I was like, what's going on? There's a search? Like, okay.
But they already kind of loved you and they know you did a good job and wanted you to come back.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously, they wanted her.
Yeah, they did actively pursue me coming on the show for some time. But there's so much red tape and so much logistics being a Canadian and working in the States.
Gotta get the work visa.
Yeah, and I've had a work visa before. I've done tours in America, but like I just was so focused on Canada that it just kind of expired and I wasn't really paying attention to it. But
so really, that's the only thing that was stopping you from coming onto the show.
Yeah, in a way. I think it was all timing. That's all it really was. But I know that they were excited about me and they wanted me to be a part of the show. It was just the right time. So I guess I was kind of just waiting around to see when it would happen, and then it just did.
Let's talk about the hot women of T-Dot in Toronto.
Yes.
Because there is, shit.
Woo!
Melissa Ford is hot.
Yeah.
Deborah Cox. Isn't she from Canada somewhere too?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
You're a looker. If I must say so
Thank you very much, Ebro.
If you wasn't so young though.
Or what, Ebro?
During Caravana, you see a lot of the women looking beautiful.
Yeah. It's a very
shout out
cool.
to my guy X, Lil X, putting the Toronto women on our radar in those
He's
music
Canadian?
videos. Yeah, he's
Uncle
from
B.
Toronto.
Oh, wow, I
Yeah.
didn't
That's
know
like
that.
my big brother. Like he did
bet
a lot of
he
my
is. He knows
videos.
all the hot women. I swore he was knocking down at least 20 of them.
Oh my god!
And he wasn't. But how about he wasn't though? He was really just trying to put on his city and put beautiful women from the area.
He was
in
from
videos.
the jump. Like he's been doing this for years and years and years and years. But I love Toronto because it's so multicultural and yeah, it's just good vibes. Like Caribana is my favorite time of the year. But it's just good vibes. I love it.
So, where if you go into Toronto,
Yeah.
where do you find all the hot chicks? Just like at the mall, like to point me in the right direction.
Point you.
'Cause
Okay.
Sife's not here
All
right now,
right.
but Sife,
Yeah.
We wanna
Sife
know.
Sife is he's a married man now, but he's an expert. Mr. Morgan,
yeah.
who's a married man now, he's an expert. He's from Toronto. And I know a lot of guys from the area, so shout out to Cardi, who's married now. So
Listen,
you're off the
any
mark too.
chance they got, they would go to Toronto.
I know.
He claims Toronto.
Yo.
I'm like, you're not Canadian. You're from the Bronx.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, it's my second home.
Oh my god. I know.
Sife even admitted to me one time. We had a conversation on air about the craziest shit you did to actually get some tail, to get some
Oh my god.
to get some pussy.
Listen to
And and he literally dropped everything and drove 7 hours to Toronto
What?
This is true.
just to see a girl.
He made it across the border.
The whole shit. And his name is Luis Diaz, so he's gonna get stopped at the border because Luis Diaz is such a common name. There's like 4 murderers with the same name, so they stop him every time.
Listen, this is
he
real.
still did that shit.
Yo, and Canadian customs is so like just our immigration. Like nobody. It's so hard to get in. Like rappers, there's been so many rappers that would come in. The show
Yeah.
will get canceled. They can't even come into the
I know
country.
so many DJs that have gotten shut down.
Just shut. Like even I don't even have any problems. Nothing. But they give you a hard time all the time. They're like, "What did you buy? What do you have in your bag?"
That's all it's cute.
just
Let's
like,
get back to the hot
it's
chicks.
crazy.
Back to the hot chicks.
Yes.
and hot men too.
Yeah. There's good. I mean, yeah. There's good looking.
You don't
people.
want no Canadian dude. Get out of
Why
here.
not? I've never been to Canada. Maybe
Canadian
it's a new
dudes are the
experience.
best.
You always complaining Drake's too sensitive. He's from Canada.
She's saying Canadian dudes are the best. Not all of them. Are they?
I'm
all
just
of them?
I'm just
No.
repping. I don't even really know if they're the best. I'm just saying it because it's my place. No, it's a cool spot. So I would say, especially in the summer. The summer is the best time to meet girls in Toronto. There's a place called Music, but they have this like cabana outdoor party every Sunday, and it's the spot because all the girls are like half in bathing suits and half in, and like all the models come out because that's when all the. So I mean that I would say that's the spot for you.
Models or bottles models? Because there's
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
bottle models.
There's
like
a
at the
mix. I would
club.
say a mix of
And then
it.
there's the ones who actually
There's a mix. I would say
make money from taking pictures.
you are hilarious. There's a mix.
Okay. So if a guy wanted to date you, how should he proceed? Because you're gonna be on TV. You're gonna have all the athletes are gonna be after you now. You're in New York. Sports teams. Are you into athletes? Are you into rappers? Are here?
Are you dating anyone right now?
I keep my private life very private. Just hit you with the mother.
Fuck that shit.
The whole time in this whole interview.
So just say, are you single or not?
Yeah.
I keep my private life very private.
So you're not single.
And when it comes to guys that pursue, I've been like this again since the start of my career. It's always been, I honestly mean this, it's always been a thing, especially in this industry. If you date one guy, it could be nothing, but just what could be perceived from that. 3 years later, you might meet the one for you.
He won't date
and
you
it will
because
mess you up
Yeah.
because.
Yes.
And I've always had this real strong belief that like a really good guy always wants, and I don't know how to say this exactly, but a really good guy always wants the car that's brand new.
Yes.
They don't want the whip that has mileage.
True.
That's connected to so and so
True.
and so and so.
We're very judgmental.
Got
You know
and
what
we're
I mean?
very territorial. And if I know somebody that fucked you already, I don't want you.
But why are you talking as the good guy? That's far from who you are.
I'm not the good guy. I'm just saying I'm probably the guy that fucked her, and then now she can't get a man.
Right.
I'm just being honest. It's
No, but
sad.
I've always, especially in this industry, I think when you keep your name clean, people respect you. And you know what? I have to say, I did have this feeling when I was coming onto 106 in Park. I was kind of nervous because like homie don't play that. Like I really don't play that shit. And when it comes to like the yo baby, what's up? Can I get you? All that, it doesn't fly with me. Like Bao thinks it's hilarious because I just have like, I just find it disrespectful.
So she's constantly shutting guys down.
And it's not even, it's, you know, if you're a nice person, I'm going to have a conversation with you. It's your approach. And I feel like sometimes guys have this like ego and this,
Right.
I want to, and I don't think that's cool. It rubs me
So
the
it sounds
wrong
like
way.
rappers and athletes are almost not your thing because
Well-
they can be very that, right?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm a creative person, so I kind of relate to other creative people, like other musicians. It's natural to kind of have, things in common with them. It's just your approach. I'm just not the girl that's like following you around or checking for you. Like, I'm not that girl. I just want to do good.
She doesn't want anybody to be loose in these streets.
No, I'm fucking talking to her right now. Stop fucking blocking.
I'm not
trying to get some
blocking.
information.
I'm not blocking.
No, but I just think I'm
Jesus
very
Christ.
much a lady, and I'm very much professional, and I really care about how I operate on and off the camera. I really care about how people see me, and I don't ever want to be that girl that's like, oh, he's got like, yeah, and nothing phases me. Like, that's the thing. Like, nothing phases me.
So you're dating someone right now who's probably a creative person because you get along with creative people. You're not okay talking about that, and you don't want to just be some arm candy on a red carpet dating some celeb.
That's not my thing.
You want to be taken seriously as a host of a program. And then where do you go after 106 in Park? 4 or 5 years? Are you going to be on the news? Like, where do you go? You trying to act? The singing thing evidently didn't work out too well.
It worked out in Canada.
Got it. So you were big in Canada.
Yeah. I mean, I've had number ones. I've won a Juno, which is like a Grammy. We've had 10 top 5 records.
So you're kind of popping in Canada.
Yeah. Are you going to pursue that now?
Probably the highest selling female, like, for somebody in Canada. I mean, yeah, I might go a little in. And I did. I mean, to consider, I did really well from the time I was 14. Like, I could take care of my own family.
So why aren't you still doing it?
I still do music in Canada. I still do that. That is like, whew.
So is this job a parlay to break into America with the music?
You know what? 106 in Park was something that I went on the show just because I was like, okay, I'll co-host, and it ended up being something I didn't realize I was passionate about. There's so much more to the show. I think some people think it's like, oh, music videos and we do interviews and all these things, but I'm sure, like, for you in Hot 97, there's so many things that go on behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely.
So many creative things that I'm so passionate about. Just the making of the show I'm passionate about. So to answer your question, where I see myself in 5 years, definitely doing music. We've never really attempted to do music in America.
Is that something you want to do?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I love to sing, I love to make music, I love to be creative. I just think I'm very tunnel vision 106 in Park. But
you keep saying we never attempted. Who's we?
Just like my team. We never really.
Who is that? Tell me more.
Just like managers and a crew that I've had in Canada for years.
Is it like a lot? You have like a band that goes out with you? DJ,
yeah, we have a band, we have dancers.
I don't know shit about you.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, like we've never really been like, we want to make an American album. I've never really had the moment where I've figured out what sound I'm most comfortable in, what space I'm most comfortable.
So what kind of music do you make in Canada? What's the shit sound?
It's like R&B pop music. And
so like, give me a comparison.
It would be like Chris Brown Forever.
Okay.
Or when Usher's doing like, oh my God, like
so
that kind of
dancey,
mix.
like a kind of dancey
yeah,
vibes.
like my biggest record.
How are your dancing skills?
They're cool. Yeah, I can go on. I can wind up and ting.
You can.
Oh, nice.
I can do like a ting. I got like a ting, But yeah, I mean, yeah, I just think especially in Canada, you can't do R&B as much. It just doesn't work in the market, and
so it's more dancey vibes, party vibes.
Yeah, it's just I want to give the fans what they want,
but
and that's
like
what they want.
traditional American black R&B doesn't go as well.
Yeah, unless you're American, unless you're in the States, or like you're popping in it. Like if you're Drake and you're popping in the States, it works. But
that's interesting.
If you're strictly Canadian, you're making R&B, it's a little bit difficult. So, and I really want to make like real organic music. Like I want to make stuff that people are like, wow, like that was so personal. That was compelling. You know what I mean? I don't want to just make anything.
You don't want to make just pop bottles, twerk, Molly.
No, like I love Miguel and like Maxwell and like that's the type of stuff I listen to. So I feel like I want to figure that out, and that takes more time. So yeah, in 5 years I want to do music for sure.
Sensitive music out of Canada.
Yeah.
With a black ass name too, Keshia Chante.
You know what's so crazy? Right? Okay, let's talk about that real quick because again, I'm from Ottawa. Wasn't that many black people.
Black ass name.
My dad is from Trinidad, so his whole family. I had that in my life.
We got some Trini folks in here. Bullet.
Yes, and my mom is Puerto Rican and Portuguese, so we have like I'm biracial, I'm mixed or whatever. But
you black.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm down. But you know what? It was just so crazy, like just growing up, the way that music was and the way that all that stuff was. Anyway, my mom basically named me Keshia from, I think it was like the Cosbys. She was pregnant and was like,
Keshia Chante.
and that spelling
Rudy.
too. She was like, I like that spelling, and picked it. And then Chante means to sing in French. She just thought I would be a musician or something, so she gave me Chante, which is whatever, sing. So my name is Keshia Chante. I thought my name was cool and unique. I thought it was a little funny in school.
That's a ghetto ass hood name.
Let me just say, I went to Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta in my summers, and I spent my summers in Atlanta with my grandparents. And that was another time where I was like, wow, it's cool to be black. Like, this is fun. Is that why my hair's curly? I can do cornrows. I was like, shit. It was awesome. And that's when I thought like, oh, I'm good looking to someone. Because like the black guys in the neighborhood would be like, but in my school it was all the guys like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Right,
so I was
right.
like, I'm ugly. I don't fit in. And it wasn't
they was
until
fucking up. Now look at her.
you're so sweet.
Fucked up.
And it wasn't until like Atlanta and being around like my own people that I was like, wow, I feel like I belong to something. But anyway, later on in my life, I went to a strip club in Atlanta. This is the first time I experienced this. And they were like, coming to the stage, Keshia and Chante. I was like, you know what? That's fucked up. I called my mom, like, you gave me my name is Ghetto. Like, you don't know. She's like, nobody has that name, sweetie. I'm like, nobody is black where we're from. That's why.
Keshia Chante, 106 in Park. Thank you for coming by. Good luck with everything.
Thank
We will be monitoring your punani and what it's doing on the red carpet.
That's so disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna monitor that. You're a celeb now. That's what we do.
Popped. You're gonna get popped.
I mean,
Yeah, he needs it.
you put your hands on me. I might like that, little girl.
Maybe you should hit him
He's
on
so
the way
rude.
out. He deserves it.